Under-20 Cup.
And his assistants, Alex Ninkov and our old sparring partner, Rob Kellam.
So it's Wests to get things underway through AJ Alatimu. And it's well taken straight away by Jordan Luke. So West straight on the attack, just outside the 22-metre line. A sloppy ball from Taylor, his first touch of the day. He's a nippy player. I think he scored 8 tries during the season. Certainly one to watch. Some solid defence there from Davis Tavita in midfield for Nedlands. Now West's come towards the commentary side. They've got some numbers to Riley Winter, the big second rower. Played some Perth Spirit games last year. Very solid, reliable player. Been stolen, though, by Nedlands. Graham Knapp.
Not a great decision there. His knees were on the ground for a long time before that ball was stolen. Should have been called up.
There's Richard Naylor in the headgear. Makes some ground for Neddies. Now they go wide. Both teams do like to run this ball. Corey Cudd, the man with it, taking play up towards halfway, still inside Nedlands territory. Jerome Ainsley, another one of the Western Force players, had a breakout season this year. We're looking to top his season with a grand final win. Nedlands going here now over halfway. And it is Pretorius for Nedlands at the 22. Still going Pretorius, but flung to the ground by the West defence. So Nedlands right on the attack, the first real attacking opportunity of the grand final. And Ruru has it for Nedlands. He'll certainly be a key player to watch in this contest. As Matuatu, loose ball, picked up by Cudd. And Brodie Lamb just kicking that ball into touch. But Cogsy, enterprising start by Nedlands.
Oh, outstanding. Outstanding. Pretorius, a lot of pace, a lot of size down that right wing. And Leonard Takanawa did an outstanding job to shepherd him towards the sideline. And although he nearly got bashed over, he pulled off the tackle, which was a try saver, right on the line.
So the first line out of the afternoon will be for Nedlands. Joe Ritchie, the man throwing it in, and it's been well won by Riley Winter. He's certainly their go-to man in the West's line out. About 5 metres away from their own line. And they decide to just crash it forward to try and give themselves a bit more space. Now they go back to the safety.
There was Masarewa kicking that out. He hasn't found touch, but geez, that's a decent kick. He's used that wind from the north to great advantage, and
it's a cracking kick.
That is all of 75 metres.
And they play on quickly,
on the
and
fly.
It's with Lamb now for Nedlands. So Neddy straight back on the attack, showing their intentions early. And now with West's nice little goose step from the fullback there. Leonard Tikanawa, but stolen. So another turnover by West, and a solid hit there by Joe Ritchie on Angus Taylor.
Very poor option there from Leonard Takanawa. There really was. It was a 2-on-3, nowhere to go, and he decided to have a crack towards the sideline. There was no way he was making any ground there. He should have kicked, early on there was space behind in the far corner with this wind. He could have really kept the pressure on.
And so that was Urbane Lawrence was the man that no, it was Joe Ritchie. My apologies. Ritchie, the one on the big hit on Angus Taylor.
There's a set of parents that
so Nedlands just picking and driving. They go again through Sheminant. Now Ruru. Only metres away from the try line. They drive over. Are they over? Graham Cooper looking. No.
It's got to be offside. That's a penalty for sure.
And it comes in favour of Nedlands.
Michael, Nedlands definitely showing more intent at this point in time, aren't they?
Yeah, they're certainly the dominant side. Each time West has sort of dabbled inside the Neddy's half, Neddy have turned it over and gone straight back and spent a lot of time in West territory. They get an opportunity now to put first points on the board. And the Nedlands fullback, Kari Cudd, with the bright orange boots and the headband, will be taking the shot at goal.
Yeah, there's no doubt that in finals football, grand finals football in particular, decision making is particularly important. And so far, Nedlands' decision making has been outstanding. Putting the ball in the corners when needed, taking the right option on the outside when needed, and chasing well. But it is early days.
So Cudd, the first shot on goal, he's about 21 metres away, just slightly off centre. The breeze will be pushing across the front of the posts. Moves into it, he strikes it. And no mistake at all. So the first points of the board in the Pindan Premier Grade Grand Final going to Nedlands off the boot of Cudd. So 3-0. Nedlands leaving Wests. Alatimu for the restart.
Good reward for effort there. Mickey, they've deserved that so far. They have been the best team.
Had a good restart before West. This one, no, the assistant referee saying that it didn't quite go 10, which is hard not to do with this wind that was right behind that ball. So not the greatest of restarts. A little bit soul destroying as a forward pack too, and you've just had a penalty goal kicked against you, and then straight away you're turning the ball over right on halfway. So Nedlands scrums at the first scrum.
They just appear a bit anxious. West are just a little anxious right about now. Just a couple of little uncharacteristic errors creeping in.
So two big packs meeting for the first time on grand final day. Ruru with the scrum feed. And referee Graham Cooper not happy with that, not quite settled enough.
Nick McLennan on the loosehead side for West, a big lad, isn't he?
He's certainly a lot of him. There was a McLennan that used to play. We were wondering if any relation used to play for West. Jock McLennan, former state player.
Well, if Nick kicks anyone in the head, then he's his kid.
So West Taylor off the back, gets a short pass away to Ruru. And Pretorius caught on his 10 metre. Ball not coming out, and penalty going to West.
Fantastic tackle from Jordan Luke there. Really got in front of him. Pretorius is running with intent. He's a heavy body, and he's really put him on his back.
And a nice little nudge there from Alatimu. Taking play just outside the 22.
That was a lot better, Mickey. A lot better.
Yeah, good opportunity here for West. They've got a line out their own throw just outside the 22. They can control the phase a little bit more here. There's no need to panic. They're trying to be fancy. They go to the back. Riley Winter again wins it and makes some break. Well tackled there by Ruru just outside the 22. Good work by the big number 5 for West. Now Taylor to Ferris. Tackled on the 22. Taylor again comes the short side. Nice ball there to Jordan Luke, and he steps inside, only a metre away now. West right on the attack. Taylor goes himself. Luke in at halfback. Solid tackle midfield there by Ferris. That's Tevin Ferris, and the penalty coming in favour of Nedlands. So you talked about their miserly defence.
Oh, absolutely. That was outstanding. I mean, he stepped inside the Pretorius there, and he was in for all money, and then two of them came across and cover. That was just outstanding.
So scrum being set just off centre, about 10 metres away. That will be a Nedlands ball. So West's just not able to capitalise on the territory that they do have. And you just can't give this ball back to Nedlands. You need to hang on to the ball when you're playing a team like Nedlands, especially in a grand final where you need to really make the most of every opportunity. They don't come around all that often. Both these teams do like to run the ball, but points always hard to come by in a grand final. Ruru with it, maybe a little knock on, no. Penalty.
So somebody breaking his bind there.
McLennan was clapping at that decision. I'm not sure what he was happy about, but
it's obviously
just
a stickler for the rules.
Yeah, that's applauding the referee. Well done, sir. Ball just swung back towards the Nedlands line.
Yeah, you can see how strong that wind is, Michael.
Yeah, up high, there's certainly. So Joe Ritchie. Nat, the man getting his hands on it. Jordan Luke to Leonard Tekanawa. And now it is with Masarewa. Very experienced player.
Great tackle by Tavita there in the midfield on Masarewa.
As Taylor has a scamper. Very dangerous little number 9. Kane Koteka, famous name in WA rugby. Had a good season with the Force this year as well. Got some great opportunities. As West just desperately trying to break this Netherlands defence. Alatimu tries to chip over the top, but that will roll dead in goal. So just a little bit too much on it. Not a bad option, but just a little bit too much. And that wind behind it, just pushing it dead.
I think it's a bit early for that, Michael. It really is. I mean, they've dominated territory for the last few minutes or so. Ball in possession, just be patient, play the patience game, recycle the ball, and the points will come. They've got so much talent in that back line.
So another scrum to be set just outside the 22. That's 7 metres in from touch on the commentary side. Terrific crowd in at McGilvray Oval. The Hills a wonderful venue to watch rugby from. Ruru again with the scrum feed. Solid platform. Naylor picks it up. No, he doesn't. He just creates some space for his halfback. Matawatu up towards the 10-metre line. Ruru again. Just stepping, trying to find some space, but can't. Tevin Ferris, pick and drive. And they come the open side through Shane Hemi. Again, West defensive line holding firm. Ainsley, a nice ball from the front rower. Good solid tackle there by Louis David.
Yeah, that was outstanding.
The number 12 for Wests. And Ainsley again. Getting through plenty of work in the big front row. Netties continue to go wide now. Cud coming in from fullback. Ruru again. Tevin Ferris. And Colty, just the patience that you were talking about that Wests don't have, Nedlands seem to have it in spades.
Yeah, they're playing getting through their phases. The support players are getting there quickly.
So Nat crashes that ball up. Ruru with it.
But they're playing into a very stiff breeze too, which means kicking it away, they're not going to get too much territory. They're better off doing this.
And finally, West's able to stop Nedlands' attack, but once again inside their own half. So I think this breeze, if it does hang around, I think it will have a fair bearing on this game. If West is smart with it, and they just keep punching this corner.
Yeah, the one thing about playing the ball in hand game is you've got to get your body height right when you go into those situations. Otherwise, you really are a target for that maul.
just pointing to something there. Two halfbacks on screen, Ruru and Taylor.
Interesting that the attacking backline is flat and the defensive backline looks like they're about to receive the ball.
So West's sloppy pass from Taylor. Picked up by David.
Yeah, great work by David.
Yeah, solid run.
Nothing on, back inside, reconnect with your forwards.
Oh, bit of sloppy work though. Someone doing the good stuff.
Yeah, those little uncharacteristic errors still happening, Michael. They're still happening. Just those little, funnel the ball back to a person in a worse position than yourself. Calm down, bit of patience. David did the right thing, took it back into his forwards, didn't try and, create anything too extensive.
So a centre field scrum. Good opportunity here for Nedlands. The score remains 3-0.
3-0.
3-0 to Nedlands. Ruru with the feed. This time Naylor gets his hand on it, hands it to his halfback, to Toto, to Vita. So it's Matuato. Ainsley again, getting through a mountain of work. Ruru. Tevin Ferris met heavily. Penalty coming in favour of Wests.
Yeah, unlucky, just going off his feet there.
As you just have a look on the replay, that's that wonderful tackle by Louis David. So from that penalty, Wests will have the line out throw.
Look up.
Crowd sitting in the sunshine on the hill at McGill. Urbane Lawrence.
Another fantastic throw.
Great line
All
out
three
win.
shows of his have been awesome so far.
So huge drive by Wests. They go again through Sean Flatman. Solid hit on DJ Ferris. Still though with West, now with Taylor. To Alatimu, turns it back inside to David. Always makes yards, he's a very solid player. Now the nice cutout ball to Jordan Luke. Well wrapped up by Tom Cheminat, the front rower from Neddies. That'll be in his highlight reel. Urbane Lawrence takes play inside the 22. They go the short side again. Ferris very close to the sideline, keeps the ball in though. Taylor with it. Matt O'Brien. Big number 6 for West.
Yeah, looks like got a penalty advantage.
Jamie Horgood on, so we've had a replacement it looks like. We've got a number 16 jersey for West. We'll try and pick that up. Oh, sorry, no.
Chris Kidd started.
Yep.
Yeah, that was the original penalty. Grayson Knapp, lying all over the ball, pretending he was trying to get away. And Michael West, every time they come left, they're throwing the long cutout ball, cutting out 2 and 3 players each time, and they're just giving the wing no chance to do his work. They're really much better off taking their ball in hand, putting it through their hands, and putting doubt in the minds of the opposition.
Yeah, they're certainly not giving him a lot of room down that short side.
I'll tell you what, Louis David is having an absolute barnstorm in the midfield, both defensively and in attack.
So it will be AJ Alatimu looking to get Wests on the board, trailing Nedlands by 3 at the moment. He's about 23 metres out. 5 in from touch.
For a right-footed kicker, it couldn't be in a better spot.
Yeah, he's got the breeze, going to be pushing it through the goals. He'll hook it that way.
As the great Steve Waddingham would say, a little bit of right post, Cogsy.
He Moves into it. That's a lovely kick, and off the crossbar and over for West, and he has a bit of a smile. He's quite happy with the result. Didn't give it a whole lot, but had just enough, and that takes the score to 3-all.
I think you
West
call that, sorry,
against Nedlands here at Magoover over the Pindan Premier Grade Grand Final.
I think you'd call that inch perfect judgment.
Yeah, absolutely. He didn't want to waste too much energy. A horse on the sideline there, or a boar, I should say. I assume it's a boar. West are the boars. Although they brought a horse, man in a horse suit along, but the kick. Toto restarting for Nedlands. DJ Ferris, number 8. And a mongrel kick that will find touch directly in front of the commentary position.
He had absolutely the right idea there, but he just he rushed it. And with that wind, he should have been able to put it right down into the 22. Just rushed it, but he got it into touch.
So Joe Richard
much damage
with the throw. Nap it 2, front of Esheisen. They go to the back to Naylor, who takes it cleanly, and Davis to Vida. So what's he picking there? An offside?
Forward pass, unfortunately, yeah.
Mustn't have been too much in it.
I've got to say, the line-out throwing has been outstanding from both hookers so far. Mr. Stephen Moore could learn a thing or two from these guys.
Yes. Throw it to your own team.
Yes, yes.
One of the key things. So West's inside Nedlands territory. And it will be Angus Taylor with the scrum feed. Alatimo just whispering to his backs.
Big scrum by Nedlands.
Solid.
Big scrum by Nedlands.
Around, but West feed again, but yeah, solid scrum by Nedlands. Just really showing their dominance that time. Wheeling that Nedlands pack around.
Yeah, they've been threatening to do that. But that's the first time they've managed to get, in and underneath the hooker.
So take 2 on the scrum. 3-all the score. First half. Graham Cooper gives him the tap to say play on. Ball goes in. Picked up off the back by DJ Ferris.
Very well cleaned up there.
Taylor has it. And Urbane Lawrence, first receiver. Taylor again. Now they use some space. Nice little chip kick infield there by Leonard Tekanoa, and Ruru thrown into touch by some solid West defence.
Yeah, that's been missing a bit, that kick chase. That was an outstanding chase, that.
Yeah, Jordan Luke, as we're just seeing on the replay here, nice little kick through by Leonard Tekanoa, and then Jordan Luke cleaning up. So Lawrence with the throw.
Another great throw to the back of the line out.
Matt O'Brien. And now McLennan rumbling towards the line. He may be over. Yes, he is. The big number 1 for West, Subiaco, has rumbled over the try line as a result of that very well won line out. Matt O'Brien, I think it was, the man taking the throw cleanly as we see it on the replay. And McLennan just taking the ball off the hip, just put the head down, had the legs pumping, and the defence just bouncing off the big front rower. And McLennan very, very happy to score a try in the grand final.
One for the purists, that, Michael.
Absolutely, just a well-worked try. And it was great work by McLennan. He didn't try and just drive in. He saw the ball, saw some space, took it off O'Brien, and had plenty of work to do and did it very, very well. As Alatimu now, ball just rolling off the tee. at McGilvray.
But again, that's one for getting the basics right. You know, fantastic long line-out throw, well taken. Positional play really good. Very hard to stop.
And this time he hasn't given up, so that wind again playing a part. He needed to push that a little bit to the right, so the try not converted. And that takes the score to 8-3 Wests, leading Nedlands.
Yeah, well, that
the Pindan Premier Grade Grand Final.
Let's hope that doesn't prove costly for him, because that was a very, very straightforward kick from there.
So Nedlands with the restart through Toto. Some heavy strapping on his left knee. And straight away, Masarewa making some good yardage. Taylor again, hand in there. Referee playing advantage, but ball comes loose, so the penalty will come. So Nedlands creating some dramas for themselves here.
Looks like an offside play there. Nedlands just a little too enthusiastic in defence there.
And Masarewa borrowed Mitch Hardy's boots for the afternoon. And kicking into the breeze. Taking play in between the 22 and the 10.
Yeah, West have just found their rhythm now. They started to play with a bit more intent, just a bit smarter, and they're reaping the rewards.
A great line-out win there by Riley Winter. And David again. Certainly been one of the form players in this first half for Wests. Taylor, they come to the short side. They've got numbers. Lawrence to Winter. Clean out coming. Slow ball. Something they do probably need to try and speed up as Ferris makes his way. Alatimu. Leonard to Kanawa. And Masarewa just couldn't hold it. But some enterprising play there by Wests.
That was an absolutely outstanding bit of play.
As we just see it here
from Tikanawa, that long ball off his left hand was absolutely centimetre perfect.
And unfortunately, Sheldon Tarawa just not able to get it to Masarewa. The ball just bubbling loose right at the death. As we just see it here. There's the fullback in there now, and that lovely long cutout pass to Tarawa. And then unfortunately, Masarewa just not able to hold the ball. So Nedlands scrum feed. And he's on the back foot in the dying stages of this first half. Solid. Davis Tavita crushing that ball up. Tevin Ferris thrown to the ground. He's just trying to get themselves some space. Now Ruru goes to the boot. Masarewa can't keep it in. So a nice little kick there from Ruru. Team out of trouble.
Outstanding kick that, Michael. It really was. Into the breeze. That was just sensational. Really summed up the situation. They weren't making huge amounts of ground and decided to take matters into his own hands.
Yeah, very smart player. The PG Hampshire winner for 2016. MVP at the World Tens. So another wonderful win by O'Brien as Masarewa comes in. West line out really working to a T. Riley Winter, big second rower. Davis Tavita trying to reap that ball. Long kick coming back. It'll get caught by the breeze. It breaks left. And a nice little bit of ground gain there by West Subiaco. Only about 8 metres away now. Their line out, as we've said, has been working very well, except it's going to be a Nedlands throw, which is very disappointing for all the West fans.
Yeah, their decision-making really has improved out of sight. They started out, they appeared nervous, they were making silly mistakes, but they really are starting to make some very smart decisions now.
So Joe Ritchie for Neddies. They go to Nat. Takes it clean. On to Ruru. Matuatu. Ooh, Tevin Ferris. Now Neddies. And it is through Davis to Vita. Offloads to Cud.
Oh.
And on the toe, which is what Neddies were doing in the first half, Cogty. The Neddies sort of not backing themselves.
Yeah, no, I think...
so we just see Davis to Vita.
That was a
great
fantastic
burst
break
from him.
The two number 12s have been the standouts in the game so far for me.
Yeah, a bit surprised.
Yeah, there was a lot of traffic there, so I'm not surprised he did that. It's just put a kick ahead for Brody Lamb, who's a speedster, as we know.
Another good line-out win by Riley Winter. Taylor now with it. Picks up O'Brien. Being very strong, the number 6. Alatimu. Doesn't quite get as much on that as he wanted now with Cud. The fullback from Nedlands. Up, pushes off 1, pushes off 2. Very hard man to bring down. Taylor finally does. Ruru now at scrum half. Toto tries to get his arms free. Does. Gets it to Davis to Vita. And Luke. Louis David, I should say, throwing him to ground.
Ooh, not good. Away from his support. Very lucky got that ball back.
Nat now the second rower. Only knows one way, straight up the middle, thrown to the ground by Urbane Lawrence. And unfortunately there for Matuuto, unable to hang on to that one.
Yeah, unlucky.
Just have a look at it here, yeah, just a little bit too high, a bit behind him. Pretty hard to try and catch balls around your shoulder when you're running at pace into traffic.
Look at both of those number 12s though.
Yeah, that's been a great, we talked about the two number 9s having a good battle, but Davis Tavita and Louis David both been outstanding, both defensively and with ball in hand.
And both very much in the Nonu mould, just two very powerful men.
So time almost up in this first half.
Oh, wow. Where's Scrum suddenly getting the upper hand?
So just picked up off the back by DJ Ferris. Taylor, McLennan, the try scorer. He wants another. Here goes Wests. What can they do? David, long ball out to Luke. Luke, well tackled by Matuutu. Ball stolen, but penalty. Richard Naylor thought he had it.
That was outstanding work by Luke. He did incredibly well. He got ball and man, and he was able to...
So we just see it here. I'm not sure what the...
His knees on the knee hit the ground, and he just kept the pressure on. He had to let go. Once his knee hit the ground, he had to let go.
So Alatimu looking to just put Wests further in front.
But Michael, that was another example of the double cutout pass, putting the wing under pressure, and it just wasn't necessary. Through the hands, and it would have done the trick, given him the space he needed.
So very close to half time. This will make it 11. They're leading by 5.
Let's see if he learned from his mistake last time.
To push it just slightly out to the right. This time he does.
He
and
sure
makes
did.
No mistakes. The flags are raised. And referee Graham Cooper holds up just a couple of fingers. So either he was telling Alatumo how many points he got for that kick or how many minutes left. We're not sure. But it was 3 regardless. So Toto with restart for Nedlands. After dominating the early stages, it's been all West this the latter stages of the opening half. And Winter takes that ball under pressure, turns and makes some valuable ground up towards the 10-metre line. DJ Ferris for West's been solid this first half as well. West just content to play down Neddy's end in the latter stages. Cudd now with it for Nedlands, and a bit of an ugly little kick. So Nedlands right under pressure. Graham Cooper looks at his watch again. Calls time off. So we've got a player down in the background. So a good little chance for both sides to take a knee and try and get themselves sorted. Nedlands will be desperate to try and stop West scoring, and equally West really looking to exert some dominance, currently leading 11 points to 3. If they can go into the sheds at half time up by 13, 15 points, that's going to make it very, very hard for Nedlands. I mean, the breeze, Cocky, would you call it a 10-point breeze? You think it's that strong?
The thing is, Michael, that it's over the last 5 minutes or so, it's dropped off. It was very strong in the beginning. I'm not sure that Nedlands are going to have the same advantage in the second half. But no doubt West, not only has the decision-making improved, but their skill execution has improved as well. That was a fantastic kick into the corner. And put the Neddies fullback under huge pressure.
So Lawrence with the throw. They go to the back. O'Brien almost holds it. Tevin Ferris, though, takes it for Nedlands. So a let off there as Ainsley crashes the ball up to the 22-metre line. Now Ruru to his hooker, Joe Ritchie. Looks like a it may have been turned over. It has been. So West now right on the attack. Ferris. Taylor, Winter just straightens. Leaves the ball behind. It's been kicked forward. Good commitment by the halfback. McLennan at halfback. He's always wanted to be there. Lovely ball from the big number 1 to O'Brien on the 22-metre line. Time ticking away towards the end of this first half. Neddy's desperately defending. West trying to score something before they go into the break. Flatman for West, the second rower, tries to go forward. West, and they're through. Jerome Leonard Tikanawa, just the gap opened up. You saw some forwards out there on that short side, and he was able to spot the gap, and West's ecstatic with that, and some wonderful work there by Leonard Tikanawa, the fullback for West, right on half time. We'll have a look at it on the replay. You'll see just a couple of Nedlands players, a couple of the forwards just caught on that short side, and the speed and vision of the fullback. There he is on screen, the try scorer.
Yeah, unfortunately, Nedlands got the turnover, but just were a little sloppy at the breakdown. One person on the ball, halfback trying to dig it out, and West just drove straight over the top in one possession, and you can't afford to do that in your own half or in your own 22.
So Alatumu, he missed one from here earlier in the half. And he moves in and makes no mistake whatsoever. So Graham Cooper must be very close to calling half time. But 18 points to 3. West's Subiaco leading Nedlands.
Yeah, Nedlands' body language not looking great, Michael. They just dropped their heads a bit after that try.
Toto, the restart. Ball comes loose. Play on, says the referee. Now Nedlands showing some urgency.
That's better at the breakdown.
Toto. To Watu. Ruru wants it. He gets it. Shemanahan
Tackle.
just monstered there in midfield. Ainsley. Brody Lamb trying to find some space, but just running into Taylor, who's all over that ball. Now he's able to get it back. Ruru, short ball into Van der Westhuizen. Nedlands, their last throw of the dice before the break. It's a loose pass from Shamanan. Ball's gone back, picked up by Cudd. Right on halfway. Winter wraps him up, drives him back. Second rower on fullback. Big drive from West. They may have turned it over. It's been picked up by Nedlands though. Still, now it's come loose. Now it's with Wests. They don't have any numbers at all. Kane Koteka.
Yeah, great decision making. Kane Koteka, it really was.
Little chip from Taylor. That was not a good one. The card, he's got some shoes on him. Takes play back up towards the half. Ruru to Toto. Goes himself. Now he's off to Matuatu. They go the short side. Davis. Davis to Vita. Some tired boys out there at the moment. There's Richard Naylor for Nedlands. Nedlands just trying to get some momentum, but all credit to West defence, just slowing things down. Toto, out of options, short ball to Ainsley. Couldn't find some support. Great defence from Riley Winter. He's having an absolute storming game. Cudd. And the ball just left behind by Nedlands. Masarawa. Play on, says the referee. Now he calls it up. And he points to the shed, so it is
Them at the advantage line.
Michael, good?
So Graham Cooper, the referee, just asking Michael Ruru, the captain, if he's ready to go. And we are underway. Second half, 40 minutes remaining in the Pindan Premier Grade Grand Final, and not the greatest start for West, with Matt O'Brien, who's been one of their stronger players in the first half, just knocking on that ball from the kickoff. So a great opportunity for Nedlands to try and just drag some points back early in this second half.
Well, perfect attacking opportunity now. Let's see what this Nedlands backline can do with a ball in some decent position.
Bind. Sets. Stand up.
So referee not happy. We'll hear what he says.
Well, as we spoke about it before the game, okay? We need stability before the footy comes in.
Michael, did forwards ever listen to that? I mean, honestly.
They would have just heard blah, blah, blah.
Let's go, Westies, let's go. Let's go, kiddo.
So stability is what Graham Cooper's looking for. Nedlands.
Crouch.
Michael Ruru.
Bind.
Here we are.
Sets.
Hold it.
Good solid scrum from both sides. Naylor picks off the back to Ruru, to Davis Tavita, met heavily by his opposite number, Louis David in centre field. Ferris, sloppy, but hands it on to Toto. Ruru they come the short side through Nat. Tries to break through, West defence holding solid. Ruru goes himself, looks for Toto, finds him.
Release.
Ainsley. Tavita Davis goes himself. O'Brien makes the tackle. Ball slow to come out. Now it's with Ruru. They go the short side. The cut-out pass to Naylor. Naylor still going. He's over the line. They've scored. They have. Perfect start for Nedlands. Just 2 minutes into the second half, and Nedlands have scored the first try. We always talk about that 10 minutes either side of halfway, and this time it was Nedlands doing everything right from a mistake early on from the restart through Matt O'Brien, and Nedlands just capitalised. They stayed composed, and the try has come.
That was unbelievable strength by Richard Naylor. He had no rights to get over the line there.
To number 4. Yep. Okay. He's nearly given away penalty for going off his feet here in attack. He needs to stay on his feet. He's given one away in the first half.
So Graham Cooper just having a bit of a yarn there to Joe Ritchie about Dre Van der Westhuizen. Tell him to keep his feet. And Carrie Cudd, the man who will be taking the conversion attempt. 18-8 is the score.
Dre van der Westhuizen.
You want to do it?
Oh, I just, really.
So Cudd moves into it. And he's just snuck that one over. He has a little bit of a smile as he runs back past the commentary position by the barest of margins, but the points still count. So it is 18 points to 10 now. That's a much better scoreline for Nedlands, but a shell-shock Wests now trying to just get some composure back into that game. That's not the start they wanted. Going in with a 11-point break all of a sudden.
Just shows you one error, and Neddy's did very well to capitalise on it.
Richard Naylor, the number 8 for Nedlands, taking play over the 22. Ruru. Matawatu now to Toto. Davis to Vita. Card met heavily by Samisi. Masarawara.
You're inside now.
Ruru has it on to Richie. Now they go wide. Jerome Ainsley. I like him as a front row. He's a very mobile ball playing front rower. Oh, solid hit there by DJ Ferris. You spoke about him earlier, Cogsy. That was a wonderful hit.
He is having an absolute barnstormer.
Stay up.
He really is. The physicality of Ferris and at number 8 and Louis David at 12, they've just been enormous. Although all his good work undone.
Yeah. As we just, the replay just missed, just caught in the back end of that wonderful hit by Ferris. So some dark clouds starting to hover over McGilvray Oval. So a loose line out.
Knock on.
Knock on. Or knock forward. Is the call by Graham Cooper.
Yeah, unlucky by Nedlands there. They got the relief and now they've made a mistake and they're going to be put under pressure again.
I'm just happy we're encased in an air-conditioned glass-walled box, commentary box here, Cogsy, if that rain does come.
Oh, yeah, no, outstanding.
Won't bother us.
Crouch! Bind!
So Nedlands, scrum feed. Angus Taylor, the man. Big drive coming from Nedlands, showing their intent. Good scrum, but well picked up.
Away 4!
By Taylor, cleaning up some mess. Koteka. Pick and drive again from West. Taylor again. And there goes the try scorer, Leonard Tikanawa.
Yeah, great tackle by by Dre van der Westhuizen.
Alatimu.
The Afrikaans rap star.
Brody Lamb with it. He goes to the sky. It's come off the outside or the inside of his foot, but certainly I don't think it's where he wanted it to go. Into open space. That's Leonard Tikanawa again. Electrifying feet, but a great tackle by Tevin Ferris.
Yeah, wasted opportunity there. Big overlap, chose to take it in himself.
6 out!
Especially when you've got the speed of Masarawa. O'Brien now just taking play up. Taylor dragging some players over to the short side. Now Masarawa.
Touched!
Dribbling kick through. Cudd has it. Straight back to Taylor.
Oh, slip catch.
Taylor on their tackle. Wonderful tackle though by the fullback.
Advantage.
Referee
no clear release.
Playing advantage. Tackler not releasing. Lawrence. West's with a sniff. Their tails are in the air. Ferris.
No.
Taylor. Alatimu. And there go Leonard.
Advantage over.
So Jordan Luke just grabbed at the last moment.
It's a maul.
There's a couple of players down as West continue to drive towards the line. Riley Winter driving in.
No, advantage over. Whoa.
Michael, Nedlands are going to really struggle if they keep making those sorts of errors. So those were 2 kick errors, handing the ball directly back to West and putting themselves under enormous pressure again.
So we can just see the big drive there coming from West. They had everyone in there. They had 2 wingers making absolutely no impact whatsoever. A 10.
13, no clear release.
I love when those backs
It was a tackle
try
assist.
to get involved. So a couple of players down, one with a cramp. The Nedlands player, we can't quite, might be Toto actually.
Time back on.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it is Toto. Appears to have done something to his knee.
Which is never good, a key player, the number 10. But at least it's not the bad knee, which is good. It's the good knee, which is bad.
Start here. Start here and then you can go back. Time off.
Now Graham Cooper decides that they do need a number 10, and he's right in the way, so he calls time off. And he's not looking good. Heading towards the sideline.
All good, 10?
Oh no, he's coming back. He's changed his mind. Still got some work to do. There's a bit of movement on the hill at McGilvray. I hope that's not raindrops on that side of the field making their way across.
I believe it is, Michael. This is about to become a very interesting call.
People are going for their umbrellas, as are we.
Yep, on you guys.
Lucky we've got our plastic covered monitor.
And our handheld portable shelter device.
Crouch. Binds. Set.
So Nedlands with the scrum feed, only about 5 away from their own line. Woo-woo. Has it?
Go back, go back.
I think they'll try and give Toto a bit of a rest. Straight to Davis to lead.
Out. No.
Now a high towering kick that'll be caught in the breeze.
Oh, Jesus.
Leonard to Kanawa with it now as the umbrella's been turned inside out. Masarewa, they're almost playing sevens here, West at the moment. Now Lawrence puts his head down. All sorts of problems here at McGilvray Oval as the weather starts to come in. A wonderful little kick through, and Masarewa, ball still in play. No.
Okay. Now, red ball. Case. Good call.
No, assistant referee Rob Kellum has called that straight into touch.
Thank you.
So it'll be a West throw. 5 out from the Nedlands line.
As the rain starts to tumble down here
You've
at
got D, Rob. You've got the defence.
McGilvray Oval. Good take there by Fundervishausen.
No.
Hopefully this is just a shower that will pass next week.
Again, another kick error from Nedlands. Not finding touch, handing the ball straight back to West.
Leonard Tekanawa. He's been good. Be interesting to see, Cogsy, how much of a, if they do change the style of play, both these teams. They've both been able to throw it around, whether they decide to tighten it up until this shower passes, but it looks like it's a fairly heavy one. As McLennan, the try scorer. Wonderful tackle by Davis. Here they go again. West right on the attack. Ball comes loose out of the hands of Jordan Luke.
Well, I think that answers your question, Michael. You know, they decided to throw it, had the overlap, but given the conditions, Luke couldn't hold on to it.
scrum now, boys. Love this shit, eh? Here we go. Let's go, Red. Here we are, boys.
Seconds.
And if you're sitting at home enjoying the coverage online, I think you should stay there because it's a
Crouch.
little bit moist here at McGillray Oval.
Stand up. Guys,
Graham Cooper just
no
pulling
need
this
for
up
head on
again.
head. Find your space and let's scrummage.
Hey, big D, eh? There we go, boys. Payday, Gemma.
Thanks, mate.
Up.
Crouch. Bind. Sets.
So a big scrum, Nedlands. Picked up off the back, but very sloppy. Tough conditions out there for the players. It's slippery, the ball's slippery, the grass is slippery. It's been turned over and it will be a West scrum about 7 metres away from the Nedlands line.
Hey, we'll play the scrum, knock on.
Yeah, Michael, that's
Number 6, Red.
outstanding work there whilst getting your jacket on,
13.
holding the umbrella and commentating. You are a seasoned professional. There's no... Oh, word just went down my back. That was outstanding.
Thank you.
Oh, let's go.
I mean, really, Mike, if this wasn't a high-paying job, you wouldn't turn up, would you?
It's a glamorous industry.
Let's go. Fucking how good, eh? How good, eh?
No, it's been a great game. It really has been. It's been a fabulous contest. And unless Nedlands, as I said, get themselves together and start cutting out these errors, they really are looking down the barrel. There's plenty of time for them. But they've got to get back to basics.
So, West on the attack. David
Backwards.
leaves it behind. Knocked back is the referee called by Graham Cooper. So still with West. Picked up by Louis David. And the penalty
Line,
coming.
Red, hands.
Hands was the call.
Yeah, I think that was a call from the assistant referee on the far side.
Correct.
It looks like that rain that just came in may be passing, which is good news for fans and commentary team alike.
Yeah, nice kick there from Ruru, relieving a lot of pressure,
Good call.
giving them an opportunity to mount another challenge.
So Nedlands line out. It's been well won by Van der Westhuizen, but
Not straight.
not straight is the call.
Scrum.
It's always very frustrating for a set piece to have a simple mistake like that.
Working hard, boys. Netties.
But a slippery ball.
Here we go.
It's always tough to adjust though when it's been dry the entire game and suddenly it becomes wet.
Yeah.
You know, wet, if you start in the wet, you tend to be able to handle it better.
Crouch. Bind.
Interesting formation the West backline has in attack.
Cluster.
Very bunched in a cluster. And Masarewa out wide. Interesting to see what they're looking to pull.
Looks like a couple of changes too. For West, we've got Albert Nikoro is on in jersey number 20. He played with the Perth Spirit last year. Very handy player.
Crouch.
Yeah, they're not losing much there, are they?
Not at all. That's a
Bind.
real good move.
Sets.
Knees and feet.
Interesting to see how these scrums do go with that bit of a slippery surface. Nedlands the big drive again. And it's come
Play on.
out Nedlands side, Toto with it. Tavita Davis. Now Nedlands, what can they do? Brody Lamb just bounces off the defence.
That's a maul.
And West once again forcing the turnover. Neddy's unable to get that ball away. Shane Hemi was the man who was taken to ground.
Okay.
So 18-10 is the score.
But
Let's
again,
go,
in the
Red.
thick of it, Louis David again.
Time back on. Red, let's go.
Been absolutely outstanding.
Crouch. Bind.
So Taylor.
Set.
Ready!
I'm afraid our score sheet has taken somewhat of a battering.
Massaroa on this short, the commentary side, but he goes open. And once again, just a great run by Louis David,
Tackle.
taking a mountain of stopping, just straight up the middle. Now the Michael Hooper lookalike, we spotted him early. Lorenzo
He's
de
fine.
Villiers is the man. Another replacement. The West coach, Blaine Grace, using his bench. His counterpart, Luke Doherty, doesn't seem to have brought any replacements on at this stage. West continue pick and drive up that short side on the hillside of McGillivray Oval.
Backwards.
Some sloppy stuff in close though for West Subiaco. Now the pick and drive by de Villiers, just making an impact early.
No.
McLennan again. He's had a great game, the big front rower. Happy to get his hands on the ball.
Yeah, they're starting to play the conditions really well, keeping it tight, putting the defence close under pressure.
De Villiers again. Just the pick
Stay
and drive.
four.
Yeah, it's not pretty, but it's effective.
Well, they're getting across the advantage line each time. Not by much, but they're getting there. So Nedlands are going back, except
So the
Very
penalty.
very fortunate for West there.
Blue 12 offside.
So the points.
Shot.
Alatimu just points to them and says, yep, we'll take another 3. They're ahead by 8 at the moment, so Neddy's at least, well, they're going to be 2 tries behind,
20 minutes.
and 20 minutes remaining in the match. You just heard referee Graham Cooper. The lights are on at McGillivray Oval. And he threads the needle, so West's 21 now, leading Nedlands 11. So Neddy's with plenty of work to do with just 20 minutes remaining.
Salatimu's personal tally now 13 points. Just that one blemish. Little too much left post in the breeze. But apart from that, kicked very well indeed.
So Ruru with the restart. And he sends it deep. Massaroa takes it inside his 22.
Oh,
Sends it back downfield. Now with Cud. What's he going to do? Sums up his options. He goes wide to one of the Nedlands replacements.
Mehana Christian.
no release.
He did well there. He didn't have a whole lot of space to work in, but took it into contact really well and held on. So another opportunity for Ruru to put the ball deep and give Neddies a chance
About
to
20.
get back into this game.
And he finds touch just outside the 22,
Just be
deep
careful now.
inside
Okay, I've got you twice. Okay, thanks.
West Territory.
Michael, there's still plenty of time, just under 20 minutes left in the game, so still plenty of time,
Yeah.
but you get the feeling that unless Nedlands scores soon,
Yeah.
it's going to be a little far. Just a bridge too far.
Grayson Knapp winning that line-out ball. Here they go. What can they do? Tavita Matuatu straightens. Keeps the leg drive going. They need quick ball. They get it through Ruru. Tavita Davis to Brody Lamb. The speedster is very close to the line. Good counter-rucking there by West.
Tackle!
Hemi,
Stay there.
Ruru. Matawatu
Advantage.
goes himself. Referee playing advantage. Matawatu over!
Wow.
That's the try they needed. You called it, Colin Mackay-Coghill. They needed to score soon, and they have done that in the most emphatic of terms. Right next to the posts. Takes the score to 21 points to 15 with the conversion to come.
Sorry?
Him and left.
We'll give it about 18 minutes left.
18 minutes remaining, and Matawatu, the try scorer.
18.
18 minutes remaining. 21-15 is the score, with a kick to come.
Yeah, to be honest, I thought Nedlands had butchered it there. And it was Matawatu who they had a two-man overlap out here, and he went himself, but they recycled and showed enough poise to hang on and go again until they've scored.
And Cud adding the extras, which takes the score to 21 points to 17. So a game on with 16 minutes remaining.
Well, they're right back in it now, aren't they, Michael?
It doesn't take much. It'll be interesting to see what that does. We talked about the mental aspect of a grand final earlier, Cogsy, whether how much that will deflate Wests and how much that will sort of inspire Nedlands. That little bit of confidence to know they can do it. It's a good kick into space, picked up by Tevin Ferris for Nedlands. Tackled
Inside.
on his 22-metre line. Ruru has it. And not the sort of impact you want to make. That's Mason Pomeroy. And his first touch, one to forget, outside his own 22, handing the ball straight back to West Subiaco.
What do they call those, Michael? Coach killers?
Coach killer of the grandest kind. So he's the replacement hooker on for Joe Ritchie. And Mason Pomeroy, not the initiation he wanted into this grand final.
Crouch. Binds. Sets.
So Taylor for Wests. Looked like they're going the short side to Leonard Tikanawa. He's got some pace. Great tackle by Ruru.
Yeah, very good short side cover by Ruru. You know, positional play was outstanding, and he got off the base that scrum really quickly.
Alex, by red. Thank you. Knock on.
A knock on called against West. So great work there by Ruru. Get across, make that tackle.
Knock on.
And a knock on coming by West.
As we said at the beginning, Michael, Neddy's best defensive team in the competition, West's best attacking team in the competition. It's kind of panned out that way.
Yeah.
Despite all their dominance, all their territorial advantage, West, only 4 points ahead with, 15 minutes or so to go.
Crouch. Binds. Sets. Off the mark.
So the short arm penalty. Nedlands play on quickly. Davis Tavita straightens. Storming game from the number 12 from Nedlands. Ruru wants it. They need quick ball, Nedlands. West slowing things down, allowed to just reset their defensive line. Pomeroy this time holds the ball, pins it to the chest.
And I bet his coach is heaving a huge sigh of relief.
Ruru goes to the sky.
Backwards.
No, that's knocked forward. Shocking decision, Mr. Cooper, I'm afraid.
Good hit there on Ferris, the number 8. Continues to get through his workload. Now West's on the fly down the hillside here at McGilvray. McLennan again, the big fan, the don't argue from the big number 1. Taylor, Alatimu. Nakoro, Taylor again, Alatimu. Ball's come loose. Picked up by Nedlands. They've got good hands now with Cud. They've got some numbers on this commentary side. And it is Brodie Lamb. Will he have the pace? Masarawa, wonderful tackle. And straight back inside of Matawatu. And that is a wonderful team try by Nedlands. The 2 wingers involved. Just Brodie Lamb showing some genuine pace. Wonderful attempted tackle, though, by Masarawa. But then he had Juan Pretorius on his inside and able to hand that, as we do see it, started with Cud onto Lamb. And Lamb just showing a clean pair of heels. Masawara did very well, but the support play was there in the form of Pretorius. And Pretorius summing things up and sending it back inside to Matawato. And his second try in the 13. Space of 5 or 6 minutes.
We've got 13
and
to go.
Is that the one
13?
That will swing this game and hand it back to Nedlands? That's momentum certainly in Nedlands' favour at the moment.
Cool.
You asked the question about how West would cope in the lead in terms of the mental pressure leading into the last few minutes. Well, it's amazing how each time one of the teams has made an error, dropped a ball, done something, the others capitalised. Yeah. And that was just an outstanding length of the field try.
Like for wet weather football and tough conditions, that was from 75 metres. They were inside their own 22. And the extras being added there by Cud. So that puts Nedlands back in front. In fact, that might be the first time they've been in front all game.
12.
No, they led 3-0 right at the beginning.
They kicked the first points. So that'll make it 17 and 7, 24 to 21. Now, from the restart, West straight back on the attack. Wonderful game of rugby. Certainly doing the grand final justice. McLennan stays in close. Taylor, Ferris.
Touched.
Taylor, little chip over the top. It's been touched. Ruru takes it. Can't call the mark. It's got a great little pair of wheels on him. Here they go again through Matawatu. The cover defence coming across in the form of Louis David. And Lamb at scrum half just sends it to
tackle.
Davis to Vita. Pomeroy tries to drive Winter out of the way. Finally they move him. Ruru. Ainsley, nice little short pop ball off the hip to Chaminade. Ruru again, this time to Tevin Ferris. And Ferris over the halfway. Taylor into... Wonderful tackle by the halfback. Tried to just squeeze that ball, the flick pass. They play on quickly. High tempo game. Masarawa. Wrapped up by Ruhui. Riley Winter. Thrown to the ground by Shane Hemme. How quickly things can turn. A 3-point ball game here. 10 or so minutes remaining.
No, 19.
The rain seems to have gone, but the crowd certainly aren't. Everyone glued to their seats here. Wonderful contest. Balls come loose. Picked up by Alatimu for West. Centre field outside his 22-metre line. Nakoro. Now they go through Leonard Tikanawa again. Masarawa leaves it behind. Knock on coming.
He's not offside. He was behind the player.
Some very tired boys out there, Cogsy.
Very tired indeed.
It's been a very high. It's been a very good game. It's been high tempo, lots of attack where it's been possible. As we just see on the replay there, Masarawa just leaving that ball behind.
Yeah, he's made a couple of handling errors this afternoon.
He's allowed to then kick the ball.
I think Graham Cooper's had a sterling job. He's let this game flow as much as he can.
No, he has. He's been. I think he's been outstanding today.
Communicates well with the players.
I'll tell you what, Tevin Ferris, for number 6, showed an amazing pace down the right-hand touchline.
Can I just get you to jump back a tad? Thank you.
But what's interesting is, come this time of year and this sort of game, you can never write Nedlands off.
No, they're a big game team, aren't they? They always have been.
You know, they looked down and out. They were in all sorts of trouble.
Yeah.
And, just a couple of errors and they find a way of capitalising and lifting themselves.
Yeah, it's just the confidence that they've got throughout the club. just knowing that you're never out of it. You can always find a way to win. They always back themselves. They won't hang their heads. Looks like we may have a change here. Not sure who that is getting some attention there. Crowd starting to get a bit vocal there, cheering for Nedlands. The players trying to encourage their fans to make some noise. There's Tom Sheminat, the number 1, just getting some.
Oh, that's Masarewu.
Oh, that's could be a costly loss for West. He did get his foot, where his leg caught quite awkwardly when he went into the tackle. When he lost that ball, he was bent back. So obviously,
just
see if we can.
The scrum's over here. Scrum there, ball. 9.5.
Oh, you can see his leg being bent back there at a horrible angle.
Yeah,
in that tackle.
Yeah, so that was not good for Masarewa.
Time back on.
So 9.5 minutes remaining is the call from referee Graham Cooper. 24-21 under lights here at McGilvray Oval. The Pindan Premier Grade Grand Final.
Crouch!
It's been a great contest. These two teams have dominated all year. They're the two teams that deserve to be here, and they're putting on an absolute show in some tricky conditions. So Ruru, big scrum from West. Subiaco picked up off the back by Ferris. Bounces off one. Short ball to Davis Tavita. Hit hard in midfield by Nakoro. A nice little bit of vision there. Brody Lamb just putting the hand up. Had some space. Solid tackle on Leonard Tikanawa. West, though, with the ball. De Villiers taking the ball up. Hit well by Knapp from Nedlands.
Take him back. Hold.
And Alatimu sends that ball into touch. But outside, no. What's happening here?
Must have been taken back in.
So an expensive mistake there from West.
8.5.
8.5 minutes remaining.
Yeah, professional option from Ruru there. You know, just put it back behind them. Made Len Takanoa have to try and come out of his own 22.
So Pomeroy. Well won there by Knapp. Under pressure. Good line-out win. Ruru with it.
Yeah, Pomeroy certainly blossomed in the last 5 minutes.
Now to Lamb. Involved in some heavy stuff. Ruru with it. Oh, ball loose. Just well held there, though, by Rahi'u. Ruru runs into Alatimu.
No.
West's trying to protect that line. Ball's come loose. Knock on, though. Advantage played. So West's with it inside their 22.
Use it. Advantage over.
And the kick will find touch. Just close to the 10-metre line, still inside West's territory. Looks like Sheminat down in the background, the front rower. Slow to his feet. He's up now, though. No, he's not. He's gone back down. So two Nedlands players. Tavis DeVito.
Just step into it.
So Nedlands with only 13 available men at the moment. Referee Graham Cooper says to play on. It's been stolen by West. Taylor picks it up, leaves it inside, bounces
backwards.
it. Looked like it went forward. Backwards, says Mr. Cooper. Kane Koteka with the ball. Now Davis Tavita is back. The injured man straight back up. I think he's trying to buy a little bit of time, but Mr. Cooper having none of it. West now. What can they do as time starts to tick away? Nakoro on the halfway.
Nice little run there from Tamati Meyer.
De Villiers thrown to the ground. He does look like Michael Hooper.
You've been bang on about that, right, since we saw them warming up.
Lorenzo De Villiers.
They've got to put pressure on this line out and hopefully do what they did this side.
So
this
at this
time he's
stage,
running away from them.
Knapp, Ruru, Davis, Tavita, Pretorius, the other winger getting himself involved. May have turned it over. Yes, he has. McLennan picks it up, has a run. Koteka offloads. Nakoro. McLennan again, the pick and drive. Loves a run, the big fella. Takes it up to the 10-metre line. Nedlands territory.
5.
Now it is Nedlands' turn to defend. And Ainsley straight up from the line. Great tackle there from the prop, just shutting down
Play on.
the number 10. David bounces off Ferris. Big hit midfield. Taylor offloads. Taylor again. Sean Flatman. Ball out. Koteka.
The structure's just gone out of West's attack a little bit. There are a few boys walking around, a lot of them in
Backwards.
with
Backwards. Backwards.
They seem to be struggling a bit to
Let
find that great rhythm they had earlier on. But they've still got possession.
Louis David.
Relief.
From Nakoro. He's been good since he's come on,
Playing
Nakoro.
advantage. Knock on by 1 blue.
Angus Taylor. Solid hit.
Advantage
they go.
over.
West's down that
Out
hillside.
9.
Neddy's with a man down in back play. As the rain starts to fall again in the dying
Advantage,
minutes of this
14
game,
blue
McLennan.
offside.
Referee Graham Cooper playing advantage. A try will put West in the lead. The cross kick comes. It's been taken by Tavita Davis.
Yeah, that's Matuatu down. Looks like he's got a bit of cramp. And Nedlands can ill afford to have their outside centre out this point in
14
time
blue
because they're going to have
offside.
to front up big time in defence.
Kane.
Probably not a bad option there
Shot.
by Alatimu, knowing that Neddy's did have a player missing in that back line. But Davis Tavita able to grab that
3.5.
ball. Jordan Luke
We've
was
got
looking
3.5
for it.
to go, gents. 3.5.
3.5 minutes remaining. 3 points the difference on the scoreboard.
Very interesting option, this. 3.5 minutes to go.
So they're obviously going to try and play
5.
for extra time. So it's Alatimu. This to tie it up with 3.5 minutes remaining. He strikes it and the flags are raised, so we are all even here at McIlvray Oval. The crowd getting right behind this contest.
I can't help but feel if the great Alistair Box was
work
captain,
hard
he
here,
would have
fellas,
asked to kick
work
the
hard.
corner and try to go for the win immediately.
It's an interesting one, isn't it? That would have been what most people would do, would be going for the corner, the line out, and try to score. 2.5 minutes remaining, 24 points all.
No, but good call. Professionalism by Wests. Square it up and then start again.
Yep. So, at the restart, it's with Taylor. I don't know where that ball is. So Nedlands, they have 2 minutes to try and save this grand final. It is 24 all. 2 minutes remaining, and Nedlands line out 24 metres away. Pomeray goes to the back. Well won. The drive comes on from Nedlands. They've got some freshmen in there. It's at the back.
It's
They
with
need to
Pomeray.
keep, they need to keep moving.
Thank you. Out. Yeah, okay. That's once. That's once.
Winter's been told to get away. Ruru finds the runner. Ainsley, ball lost. So Nedlands, West now with the opportunity. Slippery ball. They're 10 metres away from their own line. Centre field
No advantage,
scrum
guys,
coming
under pressure.
in favour of West
Lock on.
Subiaco. There must only be a minute remaining, if that.
50 seconds.
50 seconds is the ref call from the referee. 24 points
Time
all.
off.
And time off called.
45 seconds. You're gonna swap straight away?
Well, it could be particularly exciting,
Whoever
Michael. We
kicked
could
off will
be
kick
going to
off,
extra
and then
time.
we
In
play
fact,
two
it's looking
10-minute
that way.
halves.
I think you might be right.
45
There's
seconds.
45 seconds, so unless Neddies can pull out a tight head scrum here and do something very special, we
No, you're
will
right.
be
Time's
going
off, all good.
to extra time. I might duck home and grab some gloves and a scarf and a beanie.
Just remember stability here.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's a bit fresh. Can someone turn the air conditioning down in this
Time back on.
glass box we're in?
100%.
Yeah, the air conditioning's not as much of a problem as the leak.
So a solid scrum needed here.
On me, boys, right through me, let's go.
It's been a game befitting of a grand final, this one. It really has.
Yeah,
It's
it's been a
been
terrific
intense.
contest.
It's been seesawing. It's been outstanding.
The question is, does anyone know what happens? How long do we play extra time for?
Crouch. Bind.
So Angus Taylor.
Sets. Down there. Just keep your elbows up. Bind's long.
Michael, young Angus Taylor, the West's scrum half, really hasn't been overawed by his more fancy counterpart.
Not at all.
He's been outstanding
Been very
today. Been very busy.
Binds.
His passing's been crisp. His
Sets.
cover's been awesome.
Yes, playing with a great degree of maturity. Penalty
down.
coming in favour
Elbow.
of West, so that'll get them out of trouble. I think they'll put this into touch, and that will be
No,
time.
you can kick it directly out.
So Alatimu will just send this ball into touch, and referee Graham Cooper will call full time here at McGilvray Oval. Alatimu to restart the third term of this game. They've got 10 minutes in this half. They'll have a short break and 10 again. So underway in extra time here at McGilvray Oval, and straight away West
Luke.
on the attack through Jordan Luke.
Shortest man on the field, and but he takes that in the air. Outstanding take.
Great skills. Lawrence, the hooker, been very good for Wests. So now this is where some of the coaches might be wondering if they've played their bench hand a little bit too early, because they've got some players now that need to see out this match. Hindsight a wonderful thing.
Yeah, not sure you can play for that, Michael. Chances of it going to extra time are not good. You've got to, put your best foot forward in the 80 minutes, and now make do.
As
No, play on.
takes the play up. So West's inside Neddy's 22. Making yards as they do every time with that pick and drive. It's been very
No,
effective
21.
for them.
No, out.
Pick and drive again.
That's got to be 10 or 11 phases now. They
21
really are
out.
controlling the ball very well indeed.
They've got some space on this open side. Picked up by De Villiers. Now Riley Winter deserves a try. He's had a
Release
wonderful
line.
game. So West's Neddy's defence though holding solid. McLennan looking for number 2.
Advantage. Knock on by Blue.
So still with West. It'd be 6 to go if it was rugby league. Now they come open. Alatimu. Oh, he had a man outside him. Nakoro probably should have handed it on to Jordan Luke.
Not a great option by Nakoro there.
De Villiers again. Been very busy since he's come on. McLennan hasn't stopped all day.
Yes.
Showing no signs of fatigue.
Advantage over.
Now they go wide. Almost an intercept. And it looks like the big second rower. I think that might be Sean Flatman, or was it Riley Winter? We'll try and pick up who it was.
I think that was Riley Winter. Yeah, definitely Riley Winter. You called it, Michael. He said he deserved a try, and there he was, seagulling out on the wing like
one
any
up on
good
the
second
wing.
rower does. You'd know all about that.
We'll try and have a look at that on the replay. That was look, it was an optimistic pass, but it came off almost intercepted by Davis Tavita. But it was a well-weighted pass. It was bang on. And the big man, Riley Winter, who's had a wonderful game, has scored the try in the corner in the opening stanza of extra time. So that was be interesting to see how this game unfolds. They went for the draw at the end, not trying to score straight away. They backed themselves into extra time, and here they are. They've scored the first points. So Alatimu is a long way out. He's got the breeze behind him. He strikes it, and the flags are raised. A wonderful kick there from AJ Alatimu, converting the try of Riley Winter, and that puts Wests now to 31, leading Nedlands 24.
That was an outstanding kick from the sideline in these conditions. Absolutely clutch situation, and he took it with both hands.
So all of a sudden we spoke about the psychology. Will Nedlands, how will they respond? Will that give Wests the little boost that they need?
Hold!
Ferris takes it, doesn't play on quickly. Rolls the ball back. So Pomeroy. Crowd vocal. The big crowd vocal.
Ooh, Pomeroy. Another coach killer. Shocking throw that.
So ball gone to the back. West dropping it behind. Lawrence, solid hit on the hooker. Now it comes back to Alatimu, just stabbing that ball.
On now.
Nice take, Nedlands with the ball through Brody Lamb. Inside West territory. What can they do with it? Ferris. Been very good for Neddies. Ruru has to go back to pick it up. Tavita throwing the big dummy. West not falling for it. Ball coming loose. Picked up by Rahui.
That did look to me like they were stripped in the tackle while he was on the ground, so I'm not sure. He doesn't seem to be complaining too much about it.
Substitution.
So substitution, that is Chaminade coming off.
Straight back into it, gents.
Been good today, Chaminade.
Yeah, he has been.
Really good. He's led that Nedlands scrum, and they really have been dominant for most of the time.
By this front row, the mobility of both packs of forwards, especially of that front row, has been. McLennan's been outstanding.
Oh, for a big bloke, he gets around, doesn't he?
Ainsley's been great. He's got a great set of skills.
Boys, out. Thank you.
So these two 10-minute periods will run out very, very quickly. 31-24 is the score. West's leading at the moment. Only a couple of minutes remaining in the first term of extra time. Ball comes out, Taylor with it. And Leonard Takanawa. A nicely weighted kick. It sits up. Yes, it does. So still West's right on the attack. Taylor now. Here they go through Winter. The try scorer. Oh, ball comes loose. And the referee calling that in favour of Neddies. But Cogsy, a lovely weighted kick there. We might pick it up on the replay, or is this no, that was just the mistake again from Wests.
Yeah, I think West in the fortunate position now. They put themselves in front. They're just playing smart football now. You know, putting it in behind them, playing the percentages, and forcing Nedlands to come out of their own territory. And they're actually doing it very well indeed.
So the 9 minutes of the first term of extra time. It's a Nedlands scrum feed inside their own 22.
Sets.
Ruru. Davis to Vita. Ball's come loose. Towed through by West, but picked up by Shane Hemi. And it's a West scrum feed. Wonderful opportunity here for them.
It'll be interesting to see this scrum, Michael. I think since Cheminant went off, the two scrums subsequently, Nedlands have looked under a bit of pressure.
And
that one in particular. So,
it'll be interesting to see whether Alatimu just sort of sits back in the box looking for a drop goal. A 10-point lead going into the second part of extra time would be a very handy one.
Well,
or will they try and...
Water off!
If his name was De Villiers or De Beer or Buerta, he definitely would be.
Yes.
But I think you're right. He's looking.
He's sitting back there.
He's setting himself for the field goal.
It's a pretty good spot. It's a midfield scrum, only about 15 or so metres out. So he's only 24 metres away. It does look like he's got himself set.
Fine.
It needs to be a solid platform.
Set.
For Wests.
Well, Taylor's passed like a gun all day, so you figure that's going to go smoothly.
Use it.
Now the drive comes on. Alatimu not moving.
Use it.
They come the short side. David bounces his way. Short ball to Koteka. Lawrence has a go. They can smell the try. Only centimetres away now, West. This may seal it if they can score here.
Play on.
Ball's come loose. And West have scored. That could be the decider. We'll have to try and pick up on the replay what happened there. The ball came loose. It looked like Nettie's picked it up, but then all of a sudden West's had it again and the try was scored.
Yeah, I think just desserts for Taylor. He's been so good all day.
So we'll have a look at it here. The ball did come out. Nedlands did have it for a very brief moment, but it was Taylor that actually picked it up from the Nedlands player and dived over to score. So yeah, Cogsy, you're right. Great reward for a great young player to put his team. I think that if you can get this,
and then we're going again.
So Alatimu looking to add the extras. It's a very, very simple kick. And I think this may be a road too far for Nedlands to try and claw this lead back. So that is half time in extra time. The players will take
got 1 minute.
A 1 minute break and then straight back into it for the final 10. And the score here at McGillivray Oval at the halfway mark of the extra time is 38 points to 24. Cogsy, is it too much for Nedlands?
Yeah, I think so now. But we said right before the game that it was going to be the team that wanted it more, and that was a classic case. It was the Nedlands player had the ball. I couldn't see exactly who that was. Had the ball, and Taylor just went in, took it off him, and found a way to the try line. Smallest guy on the field took the ball off him and went over the try line. He just wanted the ball more. He wanted the try more.
Yeah, there's a real hunger there. And look, even the body language of the Wests group, like Nettie's, as we can see on the screen there, all separated. Luke Doherty, former Western Force player, their coach, just addressing his troops. But the West Subiaco team are all just in a huddle. They're all bound up, very tight-knit. And I just think that, we talk about momentum.
Just wait.
So the final 10 minutes underway here at McGillivray Oval. And it is De Villiers taking play up over the 10-metre line. Koteka. Taylor sends it back to Alatimu.
On now.
That's a great kick by Alatimu. It really is.
Cut back for Nedlands. Look for some support. Finds it in the form of Ferris, who has had an outstanding game for Nedlands. The big number 6 has been absolutely everywhere.
Tackle now. Stay.
Ruru with it. Pomeray. Gets wrapped up there by the number 9. The short side they go. They've got some big men out wide. Good run though by Van der Westhuizen. Ruru, penalty coming.
One offside.
Is this an opportunity?
Uh-oh, not if Ruru's injured. He's either got a cramp. Yes, he has. It's a tough turnaround to play basically a straight 60 minutes of rugby in a grand final at this intensity and pace, but Ruru.
Yeah, especially at halfback, the amount of running that he has to do.
Yeah, so Ruru's finally hit the deck.
Time off.
And getting some stretching in the calves, cramping up. A lot of the players, as you can see there on screen, just going through that motion, trying to stretch. But we don't see Graham Cooper, the referee. He's okay. I think these players just need to harden up. Called time off.
Yeah. There's a couple.
He's probably enjoying the break, old Coops. There's a lot of players stretching at the moment.
But it has been a really high-quality game.
Oh, it's been very good.
We've picked up on some errors, and there have been a few of those, but it really has been a very, very good tussle. West were very dominant for most of the of regular time, but back end of the second half, Nedlands came back and put themselves in a position to win the game. Just that late penalty brought West back, and it's been thrilling.
Is he going to go? No. Staying? Okay, we're playing on.
So he's playing on. So
I'm back on.
Michael Ruru looks like he's walking on glass. Very ginger. He's worried that if he takes a step, he's going to cramp up. Terrific young player. So Knapp leaving that ball behind.
Playing advantage.
Referee playing advantage. So another mistake as Taylor, the little number 9, scampers upfield, puts a chip over the top. It's been well picked up there by Nehana. But great vision from Taylor. It's the way he's played all year. Pretorius takes the tackle of Koteka, and he's not well at all. Pretorius, I think he might have copped a shoulder right in the chin. You can see him just on the ground there. So Nedlands with a man down at the moment. Pomeroy. Davis. Tavita Davis. Looks for the outside man. Can't find him. Just Dre Van der Westhuizen. Just not quick enough. But a nice little break there by Davis Tavita.
Yeah, it's those final passes.
Do we have an option or not?
Final passes.
Okay.
Let's see if we can see what happened to...
Substitution,
here we go.
Blue
Let's see
9.
what happened to Pretorius.
So Pretorius.
Ooh.
Was a high shot from Koteka.
That was missed by Cooper. In fact, that high shot was missed by everybody.
Yeah. There's a player in front of him sort of that stopped us seeing what it was, whether it was a...
Sorry?
I don't know if it was an intentional elbow or a shoulder, but he looks like he's holding his ribs. I thought it was a head knock that he copped, but he certainly doesn't look comfortable.
No, he doesn't at all.
And the last thing you want to be doing is just lying on wet grass.
Maybe he's burst his spleen.
Nothing more uncomfortable. He doesn't look well at all.
No, he doesn't at all. That's...
So one Pretorius.
He had a very solid start to the game, Pretorius. A couple of very, very good runs. Made great body contact and came very close to scoring a try. But hasn't had a huge amount of opportunity since then.
Yeah, we see him just at the far side of the ground as Pretorius leaves the ground. We've got Massarawaya
getting substituted,
being stretched off. He left with an ankle, so he's got the silver foil blanket on and being stretched towards the ambulance. So we can see him there now on screen. Just sad news for Massarawaya. So that's obviously a very serious ankle or leg injury that he's picked up.
We'll just wait until he leaves the field, okay?
You know when the blanket comes out, the silver blanket, you know it's not good.
Yeah, and the ambulance
he's getting
coming down the hill at the moment. And Pretorius very gingerly leaving the ground as well. It has really been a battle of attrition out here. I think the players will all be happy to see the end of this game. West's more than Nedlands. They can celebrate a premiership. They're only minutes away from it. They are 14 points in the lead.
As we said, though, at the start, Michael, not at the start, but after the regular time, that it's been a massively physical game. But West really have dominated those collisions, and that's been the one difference today, I think.
Stand up.
And it's been just a. I mean, there's been no real niggle in the game. It's been a very clean game, just played with a great spirit, and it's just been a very, very good contest. We saw in the Colts game, University against Perth, there was a lot of niggle in that. It erupted into a brawl at the end of the game. It was just an absolute disgrace for rugby, but this has been a real showpiece. And these two teams deserve a lot of credit for the way they have played this game this afternoon.
Yeah, absolutely.
So here they go. Jordan
Strip by blue, play on.
You heard the call, Koteka making the tackle on the 22-metre line. Nedlands need to score in the next couple of minutes to give them enough time to try and cross the line again. They need to score twice. At this stage, West's leading by 14 points. Only a few minutes remaining in the second part of extra time. It was 24 all at the final siren. Pomeroy.
Away.
Swung to the ground. Wests just seem to be lifting in these dying moments. Nedlands desperately trying to find a way through, but it looks like Wests have found another gear here. Their intensity's up, their pace is up.
Inside.
Their desire, I think, is up.
Yeah,
So Cud. Back to
Watu.
Watu.
Fantastic ball.
Offloads. Ball comes loose, picked up.
It's off the foot, play
Cud
on.
with it. What can he do? Oh, he's thrown it to Pomeroy.
Oh,
and he's dropped it again.
The last person you wanted to throw it to, unfortunately. Poor old Pomeroy's hands have let him down a little today.
He can scrummage, but his hands.
Advantage
Then
over.
it to Kawara. The short ball through. Ainsley back there in defence, and the ball into touch. We'll hear Graham Cooper give us a call in time. He'll have to let us know fairly soon how long to go. But I think Wests are home.
Play on, play on.
They play on quickly with the short line out. Just we see Pomeroy then again just on screen, just unfortunately not having the happiest days with the hands as Ferris takes that ball to deck. And the intercept coming by Wests. And a wonderful way for Wests to really seal this grand final. It was Nedlands doing all they could. They were deep inside their own 22. They had to try something. They needed to score twice. They had to chance their arm. But the man who's not even in the program, in jersey number 23, was right on the spot to take the intercept. He's run about 2 metres. He's claimed the try, and he has sealed the grand final for West Subiaco in 2016. The singing has started on the hill, and you can see the players there. They know now they are home for 2016.
Yeah, I think for Nedlands, they've just, the weight of possession that Wests have had, Nedlands have just tackled themselves to a standstill. They really have given everything. The fact that they managed to come back into this game was a huge effort. But honestly, in extra time, they just run out of legs.
Yeah, it's been 3 tries in extra time to West. It's been a comprehensive victory in the end. We still do have time to play, but it is game over for Nedlands.
Yeah, that sheer weight of defence that Nedlands have had to handle has made it very difficult.
And that's just nothing's going right for Nedlands this afternoon, as Tamati just putting that ball. It's meant to go 10. It went about 2. So nothing going right for Neddies in this dying stage. Time off call. Another replacement. Interesting ploy when your team's up by 45 points to 24 with about 2 minutes remaining in the match. Maybe they know the university showers here. There's only a limited amount of hot water. And they're rewarding Urbane Lawrence, who's had a good game, telling him to get up there, get yourself a shower before the rest of them come in. He's very good, Urbane Lawrence, today. I thought he had a cracking game at hooker.
I tell you what, Big McLennan
Crouch.
has gone all day.
Yeah,
Bind.
outstanding.
Sets.
So the pick up the back by, we'll just have to call him number 25. Our program only goes to 22. So apologies to number 25 and number 23. De Villiers leaves the ball behind, picked up by McLennan.
You know he's not going to lose it in contact.
No, just great front row play. Taylor offloads. For a young kid, he's just been outstanding, Cogsy. This number 9, I do like him a lot, Angus Taylor.
Oh, listen, there've been some very good performances across the park today.
Tackle only. Away,
But
Blue.
honestly, none better.
No.
He goes into contact. He doesn't shirk it. He's got good vision, good speed. Alatimu just punching for the corner. Brodie Lamb back.
See the professional option there again.
What's he going to do? He's going to have a go. Lamb will be swung to the ground by Ford Hemi. Good to see him on there. The man whose father is obviously a car enthusiast. Graham Cooper
Forward
with
out
a
of the
bit of a
hand.
smile.
Knock on.
Let's go.
You got 30 seconds.
30 seconds is all that separates Wests from a premiership. Looks like they're throwing everybody in here. We've got number 24. He's not in the program either.
Time off.
But Angus Young, they're giving him a 30-second break after leading his team to a grand final. McLennan just getting his boot put back on there. But just a great extra time display by West Subiaco. I think they'll be looking to win this scrum and just kick this ball into touch, and the celebrations will begin.
Yeah, very hard to pick up man of the match today, Mick, because there have been so many players who've had outstanding games.
So you can see some of the fans behind the goalposts for West there, just really enjoying their day out. It's been a great result for the club. Had a team in second grade got beat by Palmyra, but first grade is the one that counts.
Bind.
So they'll be singing up in Doubleview tonight. They want to just finish this match off with a big scrum. Will they get a tight hit? No, they won't. It's been picked up. Ball to deck. No one really wants it. West do, though. They want to finish this game with ball in hand. Matawatu offloads. West just fired up. They could play for another 2 hours knowing that they've got this grand final.
Easy, you two.
Yeah, Graham Cooper just calling easy to the big number
Stay
4
7.
there. Sean Flatman putting a dubious hit on a little bit late in the match. Neddy's with it. That will be time up. The next spillage will be it.
Pomeroy took the bounce pass there like it was unbelievable.
Matawatu. Ainsley, been wonderful for Nedlands.
Very good indeed.
Pomeroy loves to get his hand on the ball, Cogsy. Brodie Lamb. There he goes again. Look at him. Loves the pill. They're going to try and hold him up to put an end to this game. West just want this game to end. That's the whistle. Oh, it's a penalty in favour of Neddies. They're going to have to tap and go. They want this game to end. They're not interested. They're playing on. No one wants it. Lamb has got it, but they're very shy of support. I think they want to hand it to Pomeroy and hope that he drops it so they can call an end to it. It's been put down there. Van der Westhuizen has it.
Backwards.
Knocked on. That'll be the
Playing
scrum.
advantage, knock
Surely
on by
not
red.
playing the advantage.
What a great one-hander.
Van der Westhuizen. Neddies would like to score the try. Just with some pride. Penalty coming, and that will be full time. We're just waiting for Graham Cooper to make it off mere formality. The penalty's been awarded. It'll be a matter of just...
First.
It's got to go into
Out
touch.
first.
And it'll be Alatimu who will kick it over the sheds at McGilvray Oval. And that is full.